Channel Sports Central will be going over an NFL game preview and prediction on the 2021 AFC Championship game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills of all teams. The Bills have been a huge surprise team in this 2020 season, and here they are in the AFC Championship game. And really, when you're the Bills here and you've got as good of a quarterback as you do with Josh Allen, this Bills team really does have a chance, I think, to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they just got to get past the Chiefs first, which will definitely be a tough task, as the Chiefs, especially with Pat Mahomes, this team is just as good as anybody this year. So really, for both teams, this should make for quite a matchup. We're going to be going over a full game preview and prediction on this one here today, starting out with your team trends. Last game for both teams, Kansas City beat Cleveland 22-17, and that was a close game. The Browns, it looked like the Browns could have won that game. We almost could have seen a Browns and Bills AFC Championship, which could have been crazy, but the Chiefs ended up pulling it out in the end, especially after Pat Mahomes went out with a concussion. Chad Henne really stepped up to the plate and played really well in the place of Pat Mahomes. As for the Bills, they beat Baltimore 17-3. A lot of people thought that the Bills possibly could get upset in that matchup, but the Ravens ended up blowing it, and of course they had a couple injuries to and through there. So yeah, give credit to the Ravens as well, but the Bills got the win 17-3 in the end. Winning streaks for both these teams. Kansas City is the 1 seed, 15-2 record with a 1-game winning streak, and Buffalo is the 2 seed, 15-3 record with an 8-game winning streak. So the Bills are on fire right now for sure, playing as good as they have all season. They've got a huge winning streak going for them right now. And really for the Chiefs, this should be a one-loss team that the Chiefs have right now. Like, if you look at Kansas City, like, this team did drop their Week 17 matchup to the Chargers. They sat most of their players mainly because they had already locked up the 1 seed. So really, they did not have to really try in that Chargers game. But really, if they tried in all 17 or all 16 games in the regular season, this Chiefs team easily could be only a one-loss team right now. As for the Bills, though, this team is once again playing as good as anybody right now. They've got an 8-game winning streak and they're on fire. So really, both teams here have got a ton of momentum. Should make for quite a matchup here in the AFC Championship. Game is to be on Sunday, January 24th, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time in Kansas City. Spread currently says Chiefs by 3. ESPN FPI is going with the Bills, actually, 53%. So the ESPN FPI is going with the upset here towards Buffalo. Vegas predictions going with Kansas City, though, 30-27 being the current projected final score. So the Chiefs are favored here in 2 out of the 3 sources. The Bills are favored in the FPI here, which is definitely something to note coming into this game, because I mean the FPI is usually pretty accurate with its picks. That's definitely something that I've noticed over the course of the season, even more so than the spread. So really, you got to watch out for that there. The Bills are projected to win according to the FPI. Here's your stat comparison for this game. Chiefs have got 29 points per game, 17 points allowed. They've got 312 pass yards a game. Of course, Pat Mahomes is a huge part of that stat there. They got 112 rush yards, and then for yards allowed, they got 204 passing, and then 112 rushing. So, I mean, this Chiefs team is really good on the defensive side as well. It's not just the offensive side that the Chiefs are good at. Their defense is also really good. Bills have got 31 points per game, 13 points allowed. They got 299 pass yards a game, so right around 300, and then they got 107 rush yards a game. As for yards allowed, they're kind of a little bit weaker in that area, 265 pass yards allowed, and then 156 rush yards allowed per game. So really, I mean, the Bills, the huge part of this Bills team this season has been the offensive side. Like, this offense has been outstanding this season. I mean, especially bringing in Stephon Diggs. He has had a huge part on this team. Stephon Diggs is a huge reason why the Bills have been so successful this year, in my opinion. Because, like, Josh Allen, if you look at him, this is Allen's best season by far this year. And really, for Josh Allen, it's had a huge factor having in a star wide receiver like Stephon Diggs. Like, of course, when Diggs was with Minnesota, he was also a great receiver, but this is definitely his best season by far. He's already put up over 1,500 yards on the season, and Josh Allen's putting up stats right along Pat Mahomes, as Josh Allen's got just over 4,500 yards this season of passing with 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So really, I mean, if you compare the quarterbacks here, Pat Mahomes has got 4,700 yards, 38 touchdowns. Josh Allen is right up next to him as far as the stat lines are concerned. So really, that's definitely something that you got to really note coming into this matchup. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is questionable for this matchup, but I do expect him to play, so that's going to be huge for Kansas City. Of course, I don't know everything since I'm not a reporter or everything, obviously, but yeah, Clyde Edwards, he's going to have a huge part in this matchup. If he does play, that's going to be huge for Kansas City. As for the Bills, I got Singletary, of course, being their top running back, putting up nearly 700 yards on the season, 2 touchdowns. He's had a pretty good season for Buffalo as well. Certainly, I mean, he's been kind of in the background of the Bills over the past few years, but yeah, Singletary's had a good season for the Bills for sure. If you look at yards allowed, though, the Chiefs are definitely better on the defensive side. The Bills definitely have got to play a lot better on the defensive side if they're going to win this game. Like, Kansas City's got a very electric offense. Really, both teams in general are very strong on the offensive side. I do expect this game to be more of a higher scoring game due to that respect. But we definitely could see more of a defensive matchup. That's usually how it tends to be in most AFC championships, or most conference championships in general in the NFL tend to be more low scoring. So, I mean, you can kind of go back and forth there. But definitely both offenses coming into this game are some of the best in the entire league. I mean, really the conference championship games couldn't be any better this year. You got Allen against Mahomes here in the AFC Championship, considering, well, that's assuming Mahomes is in this game. Like, if Chad Henne's playing for Kansas City, that's going to be a huge downside for the Chiefs here. But, I mean, if you look at the NFC side even, they got Brady versus Rodgers over there. That should also make for quite a matchup. So these are going to be some of the best conference championships I think we've seen in quite a while, especially considering the huge story of the Bills this season. Like, this Bills team has been quite a team this year. I mean, this is an incredible performance by the Bills so far this season, putting up a 13-3 record in the regular season. All around, just been a great year for them. But that being said, let's look at some key points for now. Patrick Mahomes is questionable for this game, so there is a chance that we do have to see him sit out with a concussion. Of course, he suffered that last week to the Browns, so that would be a huge downside for the Chiefs, and that actually give the Bills a better chance to win this game, I think, if Patrick Mahomes is out, which, I mean, Chad Henne is a good quarterback, but he's nothing like Patrick Mahomes right now. But for Josh Allen, if Josh Allen does have to go up against Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen and the Bills do win, like, that puts Josh Allen in a situation where I think a lot of people are going to be arguing that Josh Allen is actually the better quarterback between him and Pat Mahomes right now. I mean, granted, Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl, but Josh Allen will be one step away from winning it if he does end up winning this game. Chiefs have got a lot more injuries right now. That's definitely something you got to watch out for. They got several players on the questionable list right now. I mean, the Bills have got a few as well, but the Chiefs have got a substantially larger amount of questionable players currently on the injury report. So really for the Chiefs here, they've got a lot more injuries, and that's definitely going to be a main concern coming into this matchup. But the Bills have been better down the stretch too. I mean, if you look at Buffalo down the stretch, this is a team that's only gotten better, and that's a big thing coming into this game is the momentum. And really, if you look at the Bills, they shut down the Ravens 17-3 last week, got a win over the Colts the week before, blew out the Dolphins in Week 17, 56-26, blew out Patriots, blew out Denver Broncos. So really, the Bills down the stretch have only gotten better, so that's going to be a huge factor coming into this game as well. Chiefs, though, they've got experience. That's definitely going to be their huge advantage here, is they had experience last season when they won the Super Bowl. So, and we've seen how that worked with the Patriots in previous years. So really for the Chiefs here, they've got the experience. For the Bills, I think I've got the more, I think they've got the advantage on momentum right now. The Bills do. So that's definitely going to be a huge factor in this game too. And once again, Patrick Mahomes is also going to be a huge X factor. If he does play, Chiefs have got a better chance to win. But if he is not playing, I'd honestly give the advantage to the Bills. But that being said, no matter what, I'm going to go with the Bills in this game. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to get the upset, but hear me out here. I mean, the Bills are a team that I definitely think is capable. Like, this is definitely a team capable of beating the Chiefs and winning the Super Bowl this season. You got Josh Allen, who's playing possibly just as good as Patrick Mahomes is right now. And Buffalo right now down the stretch, this is a team that has been blowing out opponents. They've been very good down the stretch, and they've only gotten better. The Chiefs, on the flip side, the Chiefs have also improved over the course of the season, but they've had a lot more close games than the Bills have. Like, if you look at the Chiefs down the stretch, only beat Atlanta by 3, only beat the Saints by 3, but the Saints are a good team, I do understand. Only beat the Dolphins by 6. Meanwhile, the Bills blew out Miami by 30. They blew out the Patriots by almost 40, and they beat the Broncos by, looks like, just around 30. So the Bills down the stretch have been the better team. There's no doubt about that. And I think Buffalo is going to have an advantage with Josh Allen. And considering the injuries as well, there's still a chance we don't see Patrick Mahomes in this game. He's probably not going to be 100%. I'd assume Clyde Edwards-Helaire isn't going to be 100% either for the Chiefs. So I think the Bills are going to get the win. 31-27 is going to be your final score. Buffalo's the better team right now. And I think the Chiefs are a great team as well, but they've had a lot more close games. And really, the Bills down the stretch have been just been the more dominant team. And I generally do think the Buffalo Bills do have a chance to win it this season. Whoever they play in the Super Bowl definitely has got to be worried because, yeah, the Bills are definitely going to be a team that I definitely think has got a chance to win it this year. But final score, 31-27 is going to be the score here. Probability will be 60% towards Buffalo. I expect it to be very close. Like, I would not be surprised a single bit if the Chiefs did get the win here, but I'm just going to favor the Bills. I like Josh Allen right now, and I think this team in general is definitely playing with a ton of momentum and confidence. So that being said, that's my prediction for this game. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this one. Score predictions, all of that. I appreciate you guys all watching once again. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. I'll see you guys all later.